Does anyone remember about the I, Robot or the Terminator movie? Does it remind you of Robot? The idea of Robot first came out from the Kara novel Pirate of Kazakh Republic in 1979. The Robot Institute of America defined robot as a reprogrammable, malfunctional, multiplayer designed to move materials, parts, and tools or specialized devices through variable program motion for the performance of variety services. A ubiquitous robot known as a URC robot, however, to give it something more recent, example of incorporating three components including virtual software, real-world mobile, and embedded sensor system in surroundings. Well, it sounds really complicated, but it's a simply robot that can think, act, and adapt to sensory input. Think about in a few years, you could have a robot that does all kinds of things for you. It can do homework, housework, fight war, and all kinds of things that you have to do. If I have a robot, I'll be very tempted to do my homework. By development of technology, people can working on developing a robot to live a comfortable life, or more effectively. Many countries have been releasing a humanoid robot. Korea developed it, a robot called Hubo, the humanoid robot, which have been released in January 6, 2005. Also, the Atlas robot has developed by Google-owned Lucid Dynamics and was released in July 2013. The Asimo robot was released in 2000 by Honda, and lastly, the robot called iCube was created by the RoboCube consortium of several European universities. Like every technology has an advantage and disadvantage, the ubiquitous robot has disadvantage and advantage. Let's start with the advantage. This URC robot can help you in a different area. It can help in medical or healthcare part, military, or ordinary things. On October 19, 2015, CNN reported the robots to rescue in aged healthcare that the RoboCoach led elderly people at a senior center in Singapore in a series of an armed exercise. The rover developed the scientists in Japan used gained arms and artificial intelligence to help over for elderly and disabled patients. How about military field? How many of you wants to fight in a war? How many parents wants their kids to go out to the war and doesn't know if they're alive or dead? Soldiers are no longer to need for a war. The robot will fight for you instead. For ordinary things, how many of you like to manufacture products step by yourself? How many of you like cooking food every day? By having a URC robot, all these things can be solved. The robot will make cooking independently, absolutely. For workers, they will not need to make products anymore. The robot will do it for you. Household chores will be taken care of, and humans will no longer have to vacuum, take care of pets, read books to a baby, and other things. The URC robot will do it for you. Not only in the ordinary things, but in a various different kinds of in our lives. However, the ubiquitous robot is not a human, it's a machine. So, URC robot can malfunction. Once it happens, it will be a big issue all around the world because it has intelligence. The iRobot or Terminator are no longer a fantasy movie. It could be our future. Some people might say it doesn't make sense at all. Then how many of you can live without technology? The robot can control the people or can harm the people. For example, the URC machine can harm a baby unexpectedly. Even though people are no longer fight on the war, but there could be more wars than before because they're not dealing with the human's life anymore. Don't take it so lightly. It doesn't mean not to buy it, but deliberate before you buy. Think about all the risks that you have to take. So, are you ready for your extra robot?